Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of constant rates of change. This is standard 7.4a in the great state of Texas. We are using item number 10, which is a new item type called hotspot off the redesign practice online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So first, let's take a look at this hotspot. We need to select 3 correct answers from this problem situation. So watch what happens if I just try to select 2 and hit next. It's going to say that you have not answered all of it. And what if I try to hit 3 and then try to hit this 4th? I'm trying to get that point at 460, and you see it's blue, but it's not going to let me do more than 3. So this problem is designed to make sure you only select 3 answers. Not 4, not 2. It's a 2-point problem. You get all, if you get all 3 correct, you get both points. If you only get 2 correct out of the 3, you get 1 point, and then 0 points if you get none of them correct or just 1 correct. So let's take a look at this problem. Miss Ibrahim traveled a total of 150 miles in work in 5 days. She traveled the same distance of work each day. All right, so we've got equal groups here. When we see equal groups, we should be thinking either multiplication or division. So which 3 points lie on the line that represents the total distance in y that she worked in x days? Okay, you know what? This makes me think of something. Look at that, y and x. Here's something that's on a reference chart that might be helpful. If I can find the constant of proportionality, that's going to help me here. And I need to know how much he travels in each day, right? And it tells me y over x. So constant of proportionality, you see that near the top in linear equations, k equals y over x. But even if we were confused, look, they give us the y and the x, right? So miles, so k equals y over x. Let's make that look like a y there. Okay? And look what they tell us, the y is total distance in miles. Okay? And then they tell us that x is days, so miles over days. So even if we're not sure which one is the independent variable, right, which is your x, your dependent variable, which is y, they give it to you miles over days. Well, look at that. 150 miles over 5 days. So 150 divided by 5, look at that. So I've got my constant of proportionality, which is 30. All right, so if I want to write this equation here, right, I could just say y equals 30x. Well, once I have that, because my k is my constant there, well, I can easily make a little table. Let's do that. All right, so I've got my x, I've got my y, here's my equation, right? So if I wanted to think of it as a rule, like we used to do back in 5th grade, right, it would be times 30. That's my constant of proportionality, right? Okay, so what happens if I plug in a 0? I always start with a 0. Well, if I plug in a 0 to this equation right here, the y is going to be 0. All right, that's going to be pretty easy. And look at that, I've got something on the origin. So let's go ahead and grab that one. That is going to be my very first point, is going to be that 0, 0, okay? So what if I plug in a 1? Well, that's going to be y equals 30 times 1. That's just 30. 130, I've got it right there. So look at, I've got 2 of these points right there. So let's see if the next one is simple as 2. X is 2, so y equals 30 times 2, right, that equals 60. 260, nope. That's where it should be, but it's not there. That's fine. We'll go to 3. Y equals 30 times 3. That's going to be 90. 390, nope. Not there. Let's try 4. Y equals 30 times 4, that's 120. And there it is. That's our final one, 120.